Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless, and today's podcast is titled God Will Use What You Have. A lot of times we feel as though we have to be perfect in order for us to accomplish what God has placed on the inside of us. And you don't. God knows what He's placed on the inside of you, and He'll use just that. God will use the bare minimum to get you to where He has you. A lot of times we feel as though we have to have all the glitz and the glamour, and we have to have all the right equipment. But if you think about back in the Bible with David and Goliath, he had 5 stones and a slingshot. It took 1 stone and he killed him. Also, he used the sword and all the other stuff, but you know what I mean. But the thing about it is God was already preparing him way before that. When he was out in the field and he was killing animals, he knew how to kill him. Like God placed it on the inside of him. He didn't need all that extra to accomplish what God placed on for him to do. And so that's the same thing with us. We feel as though we need all of this stuff in order to get started. And I'm a witness that you don't. At the end of the day, when I started doing YouTube videos, it was about in 2014. I started doing videos, and I just had basically my couch. I don't even think I had any lights or anything like that. It was basically me sitting on the couch, a camera and a tripod. And that's how I got started. And throughout the years, by the grace of God, I got all the equipment that I needed. But it was a process, and God progressed me. And so that's what I want to tell you. At least if you just step out on faith, God will use everything that you have. He knows what He placed on the inside of you. You have what you need to get to where God has you, but you may not have that faith in yourself. 10 years ago, when I was in college, my teacher, God rest his soul, Mr. Taylor, I had a speech I had to do in there. And at that time, my company, Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless, was actually called Confidently Beautiful. And I did it, and it's the same thing now somewhat, but I did everything. Once the class was over, he was like, yeah, that's what you're called to do. You're called to be an inspirational speaker. And I'm like, dude, I'm shy. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm shy. I'm introverted. I don't get in front of people or nothing. And 3 years later, I did YouTube. And then about 4 years after that, then I started the podcast. And so the thing about it is you have it already. And even years before that, way before, I've been writing ever since I was like in middle school. So God was already preparing me to do all of this. I just didn't know I had it on the inside of me. And so that's the encouragement that I want to give you guys. Whatever God has placed on the inside of you for you to do, some of you already are doing it. You just don't know it yet. And so at the end of the day, God has already placed it on the inside of you to do. You just have to believe in yourself and actually take that step to actually do it. Although my teacher felt that way about me being an inspirational speaker, it took me at least about 3 years in order for me to do it. I was already doing a blog, but I wasn't really basically using my voice at all. But God had it already placed on the inside of me. And I had to believe it myself. And when the time was right, I actually used it. So that's the encouragement I want to give you guys. I started out with just a tripod and a camera and a couch. And so if you have a dream, if you want to do YouTube, podcasting, or anything of the sort, use what you have. You may not have everything that you want to have, but at least as long as you have that drive on the inside of you, get started. One way or another, God will bless it. and you will progress into what God has placed you to do, but you won't get anywhere if you don't take the first step. So today I encourage you to take the first step towards your dreams. Don't worry about how God is going to open up those doors. Just know He will open up those doors. And just let Him be Him. Don't try to put everything in your hands. Don't try to take control over everything. He knows exactly what He's doing. He placed it on the inside of you for a reason, and He's going to give you what you need in order for you to succeed. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you guys are encouraged. Stay focused. Know that God loves you. Thank you once again for listening to this podcast. Always know that you have purpose. You are necessary. You are worthy, worth it, and priceless. Until next time, love you guys. Bye.